Hey guys, Moshe the Electric Israeli here in my living room again, and I just finished watching the Elon Musk and Tesla presentation of the shareholders, and it was absolutely fascinating. So if you don't want to watch the whole thing, which was very, very long, I'm going to do a quick summary of everything that he talked about, and it was comprehensive as you can imagine. He talked about every single thing that you can imagine, and I know that all the sexy stuff came up, and sales and productions and cash flow and all that stuff, but the most interesting stuff came at the end. And if you just wait until then, I'll tell you all of that. So first of all, he talked about the Model 3 demand. He said it's extremely high, and he focused on the potential. He said that 63% of non-premium vehicles are upgrading. It's like going up instead of going down, and it's tens of millions of cars in potential for that trend. 12% mid-sized premium sedans, global market of 1.7 million cars, and 25% of other premium vehicles, which translate to a global market potential of 6.8 million cars. And he says a lot of Toyota. He said that a lot of Toyota Priuses are the ones who are upgrading to Tesla Model 3s. And he said he talked about the cost of ownership, the low maintenance, the low fuel in terms of electricity and all that. And that comes down to owning a Tesla Model 3 to be extraordinarily affordable, and I can attest to that as a Tesla Model 3 owner. Then he moved to Autonomy Investor Days. If you remember, a couple of months ago, he had the Autonomy Investors Days, and he gave an update of what's going on. Talked about the chip and how fast it is and how much faster it is than what we have now on the market. And he thinks that the features will be completed in 2019, and there will be 1 million Robotaxis capable by 2020. What meaning all the Tesla cars that produced from 2016 and up, and all that will be produced and sold by end of 2020 will amount to 1 million cars, which will have the potential to be Robotaxis. And that it's incredible. He completely and totally believes that by 2020 it will be available and able to run. It all depending on, of course, regulation. Then he talked about the Model Y and summarized the reveal. It's going to be 2.5 times bigger segment than the Model 3. He thinks that all the Model Ys will sell more than all the Teslas combined, but he focuses on Model T is going to be 2.5 times than the Model 3, 300 miles range. He thinks that full production, high production will be at the end of 2020, but he's aiming for much faster than that. It's going to be a wonderfully designed car that feels much bigger inside than the outside. The Gigafactory in Nevada, look how much it grew. I'm going to get back to it at the end when he talks about the batteries, which was the most interesting thing that he talks about. Is the world's largest battery factory, the lowest cost of per kilowatt hour, and almost half of the global EVs production takes place in this one factory. That's unbelievably amazing how it is growing and how it grew since the beginning. He talked a lot about China. The Gigafactory in Shanghai is the fastest construction of anything that he's ever seen. I think it's going to be ending at the 2019 and start production, predicting 150,000 Model 3s at the first phase, going up to 500,000. One of the investors has challenged him about this number, and I'll get to it later on. Everything about China is very, very interesting. Gigafactory in Europe, it just picked out a site. This is not where it's going to be. It's just a generic picture in Europe. That was actually funny. And he's thinking about somewhere in Germany. The idea is to really reduce cost by producing cars in every continent. That's what he said, every continent. So that is coming. That is coming for next year. He talked a lot about Tesla Energy, not only the solar roof, not only the solar panels, not only the energy packs and all that, but he is now, the solar roof is now going into into 8 states, and he wants the cost and the savings to be equivalent to installing a regular shingles roof. That's the idea. It's not easy. He admitted that it's not easy. They're working really, really hard. But the idea is that a solar roof will cost, the cost of it plus the savings of it, just like an electric car, will be equivalent to a regular shingles roof. And he's putting a lot of emphasis on it in Gigafactory 2, which is in Buffalo, New York. He talked a lot about supercharger version 3, and just like he talked about, just like the solar panels, the solar roof, that is called version 3 of solar roof. He also talked about version 3 of the supercharger, and he wants superchargers to be attached to service centers. He talked a lot about service centers, how important they are for the growth of the company. He talked a lot about mobile service and repairs, and he talked about the Tesla center will recognize issues with Tesla like flat tires and other things, and will send automatically a mobile ranger to fix it for you without even you calling. They will know that you have an issue and they will come and fix it. He talks about 450 plus sites in Europe and the Middle East, 700 plus in North America, and 250 sites in Asia of supercharger version 3 that will give you 75 miles in 5 minutes, which is almost equivalent to a gas station. Then that was, at this point, the fun really has started when he talked about the Tesla truck. This is the only picture we have, that one in the middle. It's he said that the Tesla truck is going to be something out of a sci-fi movie. That's what he said. It's going to blow away F-150s and everything that you ever seen. It will go out on the street, and it will be something that is completely and totally out of this world in terms of look, performance, and functionality, meaning capability. And that is incredible. He said that this summer it's going to be a reveal, and aiming to start next year, and it's going to be one of the biggest products that Tesla ever made. Then the interesting part came in, and that's about the battery. And he really challenged the investor. He said, if I was an investor, I would talk about a production of batteries. He said that he is even considering to go into some limited capacity to mining, because it's all great to want to have all these products, the Tesla truck and the Tesla pickup truck and Model Y and all that, and produce 500,000 cars a year and all that. But you need batteries and the capabilities and the ability to produce as many batteries from raw material all the way to production, and to lower the cost per kilowatt hour is the most important thing. And he said that he's going to have a battery investor day, a battery and powertrain investor day, probably beginning of next year. And he mentioned the acquisition of Maxwell, and he didn't want to give any more details about it, but he said that will be the biggest thing in the future of Tesla, in the future of electric cars. The idea of producing enough batteries to fulfill the desire of producing as many electric cars as possible. For Elon Musk, he said that batteries and full self-driving, aka the Robotaxi, are the most important thing should be important things for investors. They are the real future. He said buying an electric car that doesn't have the capability to upgrade to self-driving is like riding a horse and talking on a flip phone. And he's really banking on that. He talked a lot about the summon issues. He said parking lot are much more difficult than he thought. I mean, you don't want to make the car too sensitive so it won't move, and you don't want to make it too aggressive so it won't kill anybody. But he said they are solving the problem. It's going to be amazing. He also mentioned the insurance, the Tesla insurance. He said it's coming actually very soon. And if to go back to the batteries issues, he talked about it because Tesla has doubled its capacity. Last year, Tesla produced more cars than it produced in all of its history, doubles, and next year it's going to be even more. Now let's go back to China. One of the investors asked him why aiming so low on a half a million cars, because the Chinese seem to love the Tesla product and the luxury and the looks and everything like that. And he said that it's not out of the question that he's going to build gigafactories in other cities in China. The problem there is that it takes a lot of cash before you get paid for the car, so it has to go really hand in hand. But producing 1 million cars per year in China in several gigafactories, it's not out of the realm. He also talked about producing adapters. I talk a lot about it in my videos. Adapters for Tesla cars, so they can be used in all fast charging network that are non-Teslas. Thank you very much. A CCS would be very nice. There is a CHAdeMO one, and it's coming to Model 3 as well, so that is fabulous. But to me, if I have to say, big issue is the service centers. Service centers must be alongside with superchargers, so people can really get the service that they need right away. He really wants to get out of the third party for body repairs, because they are just a ripoff. So I hope you enjoyed this. This is like a quick summary. It was a fascinating thing. If you have a chance, watch the whole thing on the Tesla channel. It was great, but this is the main things that he talked about. So that's that. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Bye.